Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of democracy, the city of brotherly love, the nation's sixth largest metropolis and home to powerhouses of economy, education, medical research, and of course, sports. Philly, like all cities, has a unique feel. Every few blocks is a new experience, each neighborhood with its own distinct culture, demographics, and style.
It's good and bad. Like, the neighborhood is a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, it's a lot of things that will pull you down. It's a lot, like, it's drug infested, so like that can pull you down, as well as crime that can pull you down, as well as selling drugs and doing drugs or stealing or killing or whatever.
That's pretty rough. I mean, you see a lot of drug dealers, a lot of fights, a lot of violence. It's just dangerous, you know. But you try not to associate yourself with that. You try to just do the best you can, but you see it all over the place. You know, you go down to Kensington and Somerset, and you can't walk down. You know, you can't walk around without someone trying to sell you dope. You know, you can't look at the ground without seeing a needle or a bag.
They always told my mom, "You can't teach your son how to be a man. A man has to teach him." But I had to teach myself everything I know. But growing up, witnessed a lot of things, poverty, family going through a lot of things, this and that. But for some reason, I just don't want to like talk about that though.
Kensington, Philadelphia. For better or worse, one of the city's most well-known neighborhoods. Now regarded more for its high crime rates than its once haughty culture, Kensington is a hotbed for poverty, crime, and drugs. With so much holding the young men of this neighborhood down, it's often hard to escape the urban jungle around them. But one man and his visions of Friday night lights under the L is fighting to give the kids of Kensington a new chance to succeed and rise above their doubters. This is Rise of the Tigers.
Damn right, pouring, feeling like it was storming. Cold nights, long days, none of these hoes was calling. Got a little bit of buzz and with no...
My name is Ellwood IV. My family comes from Fishtown. We've been here for as long as I know. My mom's side comes from Kensington. I grew up here my entire life. This is what I know. Then I went to Central High School, one of the best high schools in the country. At Central, I made varsity sophomore year, which was really a good feeling for me. It was an experience that, you know, I've always looked back to that experience in high school of being a leader. And after I graduated from Penn State University in 2003, December 2003, I moved to Maui in January 2004. It wound up being a great time, a great experience. The reason why I returned from Maui was because I wanted to come back here to become a teacher. It just snapped in my mind one day that, you know what, you're a teacher, go become a teacher. So I came back. I came back the following year and I started working as a substitute teacher. You know, and then I wound up that year getting a long-term position in Kensington, and I never really looked back.
About 10 years ago, Kensington was one high school. The school went through a really challenging time with drugs and truancy and just high suspensions, just a great deal of problems that plagued the school.
Kensington was a big, almost wasteland type high school. Half of the faculty was afraid of the students and the other half didn't care. Change was very slow coming, so I welcomed the breakdown into smaller schools.
Kensington High has since been broken down into 4 separate theme-based schools. But while the institution has been fixed, something was still missing. The pulse of a high school is its football team, yet Kensington remained without a heartbeat. The journey to establishing a football program was not an easy one.
The message was clear. Like, these kids can't. These kids don't care.
Kensington never had a team. And I understand the value what football can do for not only the individual, but for a community, you know, and that's really what it's about.
I had to go around people, because if I had listened to people who said they'll never give us a football team because there's no money.
In the district, we're fraught with all kind of financial challenges that, when you look at a budget, many of the things that are the first to go are the arts, the humanities, and the sports. Those are the first things that we cut out, and we certainly don't expand to include those things, and that's to our loss.
So if I had listened to certain people that had power, and they had power, we would never have it.
When they redid the school, they pushed all the debris up that way. So our field is rock hard, and that's why it's uneven too. It's on slope, it's slopey, you know, and we pulled some interesting things out of this field just to, you know, keep it safe for our players. But it still needs so much work, you know. You're talking about like there's just slopes, and, you know, kids are twisting ankles over the place, and these kids are, you know, scraping their arms on rocks and glass. So what I had my players do was we walked across the field in like a line of like 20 and just picked up all the rocks and glass to throw it off. In the process of, we found this piece sticking out of the ground, like right here. Okay, so, you know, of course I'm over there trying to like pry it out a little bit, not realizing that this thing is connected to another piece of metal that was down in the ground. So me and my father used actually 3 Sawzall blades to cut through all this to get this out of the ground. But if a kid would have fell on this, you know what I mean? Like that's a death blow.
It's hard when you get tackled. Like I got cut some arm back here earlier today, and it's hard out there.
It just hurts when you fall. It's something to get used to. Like it just needs to be fixed, repaired, or something. Seriously, there's too many rocks. It's just hard ground.
The Tigers' field is anything but proper. Their turf has been deemed unfit for games by the state's athletic authority, requiring that the team play all of their games on the road.
And that's why we go on the bus. That's why we go on these road games. And until we get our home field, we're on business trips. You know, we go there and take care of business. So they got, you know, they're going to come at us with everything, I imagine. But so are we. We're going to come at them as, you know, as hard as we can. You know, do the best we can.
Taking to other people's field is no different. We go there to handle business, to kick some ass. If we can, we'll make that our home too. We'll make that our home. We may know the Kensington Tigers came to play.
Football is a dangerous game, so you want to really give these kids the proper techniques to avoid injury the best possible way.
Even the best coaches can't prevent all injuries from happening, and not all teams can be above the staggering injury rates of organized football. However, a serious trauma is sometimes the catalyst to bring people together as a family.
The drill was we had to run through the ropes that we have, and then we had to go in a straight line and then cut in. And when we cut in, the other person had to come in and tackle us. I heard a pop and just rolled over and laid on the ground. I was like, nah, it's all good. It's cool. I'm be able to stand up. Tried to stand up, couldn't do it. And so I just laid on my back. I see my mom coming over on the field. I was like, God, I'm in trouble. I got hurt. I'm in trouble. My mom looks at me. She's like, so can you make your leg any more straight? I was like, isn't it straight already? And I looked up and my whole calf was like pointed out, and I was like, oh, that's bad. That's not good at all.
Well, they say his prognosis is good. He has to go through physical therapy. The cast will probably stay on for about 12 weeks. He has an appointment just before Christmas. They may take the cast off then and possibly put a stabilizer on, so that way he can start physical therapy. It's going to take a while, but we're up for it. Their main concern was the growth plate because the break was so close to it. There's a possibility that if it doesn't heal, it won't grow at the same rate as the other.
what's that possibility? What's
50-50.
How would you feel if your injury meant that you can never play football again?
Be pretty devastated. Because I love football. It's like, it's one of the things that's keeping me out of trouble, keeping me alive, pushing me to do better.
So what would it be without it?
It'd be pretty horrible. It's just, I don't know what I would do without football.
When I walked onto the field and saw that his foot was going one way, his knee was going the other, it was hard. But of course, you have to keep together, and we pulled together as a team and picked him up, took him to the hospital, and now he's on the road to recovery.
Having a football team in Kensington is the closest thing that you're going to see to true transformation and education on a outside of the classroom level. You're not going to see anything else like that. I mean, for that to have happened, it's just, I almost want to use the term a miracle, which I won't use that term, but close to it.
Man, Coach Herb, he really energetic, and he always give you the extra push, even when you feeling down and like you feel as though like you shouldn't be practicing today, and you know you did something wrong in class or something.
Get back in there. Bubble screen. We gotta get down.
He go out there and tell you that it's okay. He's gonna help you out in your class, and whatever you need, ask your teammates for help and whatever. He always there to push you, and he always gives you that positive attitude. And no matter what, you could be the maddest person as ever, but he always there to put that smile on your face. No matter how mad you are with a teammate, a coach, or whatever, he always there to put that smile on your face and to push you and lead you in the right direction. So I'm thankful for my coach.
He's like, I can't say father, like that crazy uncle who's always there for you, but like pumps you up and always wants you to do better for yourself.
Never have I thought a father. I just thought about an older best friend. Because if I ever had to ask somebody something inside of him or any of the other coaches, but it's hard to ask another coach when Herb gives you like his like opinion, like positive opinion. He's not going to tell you something that he might want me to hear. He tells me what he thinks, not what he thinks I want to hear.
Coach Herb is like a hero to us. Without him, we would never have football. He was the one who he was actually the one who started planning to get football into our school. And ever since he got football, to me, he's like a hero.
It's something special. I've played for a ball team before, and of course, any football team you play on, you're gonna have a good, connection with your friends, and I was friends with them. But playing on the Tigers is different because the things we go through as a team, as friends, we stick together, and it's kind of hard to explain. We're coming through this, low down area in the city, and we're just kind of coming up and doing something that you don't really see. Nobody's ever done this before in Kensington. You don't play football in Kensington. They never had a football team, so we're kind of making these rules up as we go. And coach is kind of amazing because he's spending all of his money, and he's putting all of his time, and just really working with us. So it's a combination of things, but to me, I wouldn't play for another football team.
The coach has my support because he's definitely a man on a mission. But quite frankly, that's what I need for every different activity and program within our schools. I need point people to make it happen. And I think he understands that. The way that he goes about it, because the best way to go about that is not so much depend upon the school itself or the school district. Man, we need our community involved with this work. This is bigger than just a school. And especially, you know, the grassroots effort that it has become. Because he will beat his head against the wall if he's going to wait for the schools to be that difference maker as far as resources are concerned. And it's just not a healthy approach to trying to do something so special and unique.
You know what it is? You know what it is? We're going to pull together. We're going to practice. We're going to come out next week. My leaders are going to step up, and we're going to lead, and we're going to win, and we're going to fight. Because we're from Kensington, and we don't give up ever.
The wall in the past was just an empty wall, which was covered in graffiti. And at one point before we painted it last year, it actually said, "Smoke, dust, kill cops," written on it, large, so nobody could read it from the street. I designed that wall in Photoshop. I showed it to my father. You know, I was like, can we make this happen? You know, we put a couple coats of white paint on there. And then after that was done, that was when we started just bringing 4 pieces of scaffold over a day and working on each letter, like 1 letter a day. Like I would do a letter, he would do a letter. And we traced each letter on the wall with Sharpie markers. And then, you know, all around, you know, all the little intricacies of these varsity letters. It's great for the kids that are playing now. You know, it gives them a sense of ownership of the team, of the spot. And, you know, that's all well and good. But, ultimately, I think what it does is, for the younger kids that walk by it and see these older guys playing, it puts it in their mind that, you know, I want to play Kensington football.
On a game day, when a kid brings his uniform to school, and he's got his helmet and his shoulder pads, and he's walking around campus, you can just feel his pride. You know, he's talking about the game later that day, what he's going to do. And it's just, and it's the kind of sense of accomplishment. Doesn't matter whether we win or lose the game, as far as I'm concerned. It's just the idea that I'm committed to doing what I can on the field and enjoying that experience. And as a young person saying that with that kind of confidence, you can't put a price tag on that.
Something you feel inside when you out there, you put your helmet on, you look out to the side, you see at Kensington, you look to the side, you see people stopping in the gate, looking at you practice. You feel like I'm making an impact in this football team and in school. And when I ride by, like the coach said, I'm gonna ride by when I'm 30, probably 25 years old, when I'm in college, finish college, my own business. I'm gonna come and be like, I played for that team, I helped start that team.
And when those kids first start coming up to the field and seeing that wall, the look in their eyes, me and my father still talk about it like that, just the excitement in them, and you know, and what that did for them, even though just paint and just this bunch of lines and whatever, you know, it instilled this like, this is real, you know, and this is happening, and, you know, and that really helped us come together as a team early on.
The pride of the team extends beyond the Tigers' players and coach. There are others who are dedicated to beautifying this field and the surrounding community.
I used to do graffiti. I used to do like classmates, like names and stuff like that. And you know, I always been interested in it, but I never thought like, you know, you could actually have a purpose for what you're doing. Mr. Herb, the coach, we were catching up, and he was talking about how he was, you know, designing the football field. And being that, you know, I was interested in architecture and design, I was like, oh, if you need any help, just let me know. Because I was working on a portfolio, and I was like, you know, it's something I can add to it if I help out. So at first I was gonna help him paint that wall. And he was like, you know what, I got a little project for you. And he was like, we're gonna design the sidelines to the football field.
So now we're painting this wall, and I'm like, I wanted to put our mantra in, and that's that academic achievement, and personal responsibility, and community pride. So I was trying to think, I don't want to make it varsity letters, the same kind of style we have on the thing. I want that message to translate to kids.
I don't think that there's anybody that's more anxious to see how it's going to look like when it's done than me, and probably Mr. Herb. You know, it's because it's going to be like, yo, I did that. People are going to pass by, like even millions of people on the train are going to pass by and say, oh wow, like that looks nice, and wonder who did it. and just to know like I did something for the community that a lot of people are gonna see, like that's a good feeling.
Having kids come from 4 different schools is a challenge. You know, we want to get on the field as soon as possible. So we begin practice roughly at 3 o'clock. I'm on the field about 2:30 setting up. We love the Oklahoma drill here at Kensington. That's one of our favorite drills. What that basically does is put our guys up against each other and see who's the alpha. So we stick them together and they line up next to each other, and on a whistle they jump up and they have to, you know, one guy blocks, the other guy fights through the block, and they got to hit him. And it's a collision. And it's exciting, and it's a team building thing, you know, and everyone's cheering for each other, and that's building those bonds. You know, that's when the action happens. That's when you hear those smacks, and you hear those, when the heart starts pumping, you know, and the energy starts flowing, and people start yelling. And
oh, when you wreck somebody, you just, like, it's like animalistic when you smack them, right? And then when you're looking at them in their eyes, it's just like, yeah, like, you know that hurt. Like,
once I feel that big hit, it just is like fireworks everywhere. It feels so good to hit hard. It really does. And the celebration, that's just me letting my energy out, knowing that I'm doing a great job in my position, stopping everything that I need to do.
I love hitting. That impact you get, and then like, you know it's a good hit, you get up like, yeah, I made that hit, yeah.
I like being down in the dirt with the, you know, you can say whatever you want, you can, you know, it's a war, you're not, you know.
all that energy is all positive though. You know, and that's the difference from a lot of our situations in our area. You know, it's so much negativity. When we're yelling about something positive, it's awesome.
Well, there's plenty of statistics and studies out there that indicate the more involved students are in positive activity, the greater resilience they have, the greater capacity they have to problem solve in a positive manner, the more directed they become. And football is a great example of that.
You know, I know we're from Kensington, so no one thinks we have any class or anything, but there's a lot of great families here. And a lot of times, like when you look at the footage of the neighborhoods and you see these pictures of the crime, and you have to understand, in these houses are families trying to hold it together the best they can. When these kids are out there dealing with all sorts of issues.
Depending on each other is what you do in a family. And since they're on our same football team, we each got to depend on each other to do our own job. So I really do consider that as becoming family.
It's like you gotta depend on each other. To like, if you're at home, you depend on your mother to bring, like, to do her part, like is cooking, cleaning. While like on the football, we'll depend like on the quarterback to get the passes out and get a touchdown. And it's like comparing our mother to cooking and cleaning and feeding us is like the touchdown.
I'm more than proud of my son Lewis, because has done everything and more than my expectations of him. He has gone beyond, you know, and as a parent, who could ask for any more?
We have to develop relationships with these kids, that unless we have an earnest relationship with them, we can't move them. And really understanding that, because you can debate with these kids if you choose to. That's a no-win proposition. Or you can embrace them and challenge them from a relationship point of view. And quite frankly, that's what I believe, and that's what I challenge my staff to do as they interact with our students as well.
Everybody at Kensington's like more like a family, rather than like everybody giving each other dirty looks and talking smack. So like, I don't mind coming to school. It's actually something I like to do. And that's why going to Kensington, it makes me look forward to college and stuff like that.
Everyone knows every kid's name. Okay, there's no, hey you. So if a kid is doing anything wrong, you would say, Johnny. We don't do that here. Okay, and Johnny will say, Mr. Green or Mr. Smith or whatever, okay, or whatever, as opposed to, yo, buddy, get out my face, or something like that. Major difference with the small school.
The kids need family, so we become literally family to the kids.
I don't care what nobody say, like they can say we corny or whatever,
but we're a bomb squad. Like, we're a family for real. We're here. We're Raleigh the Tigers. Like, here, like, we're basically just to blow other teams out the water.
And that's one of the things that many people don't realize about our community, how close our families are and how close our neighborhood is. You know, we may have a lot of problems in our communities, but there's a whole network of people working together to try to make it better.
Well, actually, I'm a carpool mom, so most of the players come here and I drive them all to the football game or whatnot, or to the practices and stuff like that. I'm happy. I'm more than happy. I'm excited. I'm always excited to drop them off or whatnot. Seeing all the football, his peers, his friends that are also in the football team, they have their uniform on, and him coming down the steps with his uniform. It's exciting to me to be a football mom.
Coach Herb can't do everything himself, so he needs support. And a lot of the kids, you know, sometimes they don't have money for mouthpieces. They're not that expensive, you know. If I can take the load off of them by doing paperwork, doing errands, helping out with cooking, when they do fundraisers and food, then I'm there.
It's not about money for me. It's about giving these kids a chance to play this game and form the brotherhoods. And, you know, anything I can do to help them, you know, whether it's be a coach or be a mentor, you know, and that's important to me.
It's so good, like, have my son a part of that, you know what I mean? Keeps him off the streets, you know what I mean, focused. I like that.
My family means everything to me. They're top. Whatever's going on, they're number one.
No, we always been supportive to our son, like, real close. But this, I guess, brought us more closer, you know what I mean? Support him in his games and want to be a part of it. You know, as long as he's happy, we're happy. And he's doing good and he asks us for anything, why not give it to him?
Every one of the kids on the team, every player, every coach, every parent, it's just like one big family.
I can't tell you about how often I daydream about winning the lottery and donating just to get a field here, because I want this program to succeed. I see how passionate Coach Herb is, how the kids, you know, a lot of people will knock Kensington, but these kids are some of the most passionate kids that I've ever seen around football, and they have such heart.
I feed off of other people, people feed off of me, so if everything's going, it's like a rotation, everything's going in the way we all plan it out. It's not the way I planned it out, it's the way, I'm religious in a way, so it's the way God planned it out. If God told me to play football, be passionate, be a leader.
Since I came from Puerto Rico, this football is my everything. Football is everything to me. I love football. Every time I get a chance to play football, it's a stress reliever. It's my hobby. It's the best thing in the world for me. You know, there's a couple of injuries here and there. My mom tried to stop me, but she can't. It's like something I love to do is play football. If I get a chance to play in a little alleyway, I'll play in the alleyway. If I just get a ball and toss it around in my room, I'll get a ball, toss it in my room. Football's my life.
And I just want them to be able to go out there on Friday nights and play, because I'm sick of all those other big schools. I want Kensington to get on the map. Being here from the beginning, you know, first year last year, seeing how this program has grown, and, you know, just looking back at it and saying, wow, I was a part of something special there. And, you know, the kids, everything they gave on the field, you know, all the hard times, the good times, no matter what, it's something that will always be a part of my life. And, you know, I'll never forget that I got my start here at Kensington. No matter where I end up, I will always mention that I got my start here with Coach Ellwood, Herb, and the Kensington Tigers.
I think football really helps some of these more quiet kids, you know, that may not have a lot of self-confidence. But when you put pads on them and, you know, you teach them and you give them that, you know, that fire in them, that, you know, they understand that they can do something. They have power. They are enabled. They are, you know, capable.
I feel good knowing that I can do something. You know, football changes people. You take a kid who's only seen drug dealing and he's only seen a bunch of drug addicts, and you put him on a football field and you show him leadership, and you show him, you know, you better work with these people, because if they don't like you, you're gonna get hurt, and if you don't like them, you're gonna be angry and you're not gonna do your job, and then somebody else is gonna get hurt and you're gonna get cut. You know, if you want to play this, you want to play on this team, you got to do things right. And it changes people. So like, being a part of that and offering that to this community, I think that's special. I think that's something that I'm lucky to have the opportunity to do.
Listen, I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. I'm proud to play on this team with y'all, I really am. But we can't be getting big heads like Coach said, all right? We can't be getting our heads down when they score on us, right? 4 times. We can't get our heads down like that. You saw our offense. We drove down the field and scored that touchdown. We knew we couldn't come back. But we did it because we could. We did it because we knew we could, and we know we're better than them. We're better than every other team. Guaranteed. We just can't let our emotions get in the way. I was mad. Dejan, where Dejan at? This man had tears, and he was still going for touchdowns. All right? I know y'all better than that. And I know y'all think it's funny when Coach be getting mad. Sometimes it is. Well, you gotta listen to what he says. Do y'all think you're man enough? Do y'all think you came out here and played like men? No. Some of y'all did. Some of y'all did, but not everybody, and that ain't good enough. Now listen, I love y'all, you're my team, but we gotta do better than that. Bring it in.
Everybody needs to achieve something and feel good about something. That's where your confidence comes from, for which you use to make decisions and live a good, productive life. If you lack confidence or faith in yourself, you're not going to be very successful. And sports does such a wonderful job of helping develop that.
So we a very young team, so I just try to be more of a leader than more of a teammate and a play-around player when I can just be out there leading my team on the field and show them the winning motivation and show them how to feel to be winners.
Football is not like given, it's a privilege. I mean, it's something I gotta earn, and I think I'm letting people down like smoking and drinking, like messing up my body. So don't do it.
It's everything. I can't say anything. After school, I'm a senior. I get out at 12:42. First thing I do, I go straight home. Don't talk to anybody. Go straight home, get my stuff, get my equipment ready. Come straight over here. Right here, I go straight home. I have a school transpass. School transpass ends at 7. I only have 2 hours to get from here to my house, which is only take about 45 minutes. From then, I'll just think football. I love this team so much. I actually made this team in Madden.
Just going back to its communities and bridging the gaps between communities, and I believe that football is a rare sport that no matter what denomination, religion you are, what color skin you have, like this is an American game. Like everyone loves football.
Football, it's one of those definers. I mean, look at our nation. We worship at the altar every Sunday at 1 o'clock, and that's who we are as a culture.
And it's something that both sides of the tracks from all over the place can come on a Friday night under the L here, Friday night lights under the L, and watch our young people work together to achieve a goal.
And we need that if we're going to be a part of mainstream society and so many, without being so dramatic when I say that, but if we're able to do that, it's just a natural overflow that our kids grow and that they develop and they become part of the mainstream as a result of these different avenues, i.e. football.
So Friday Night Lights under the L, my hope is that 100 years from now it's still going on. You know what I mean? And generations of kids go by and say, my grandpa, my great-grandfather was on the first team. I envision an AstroTurf field that the kids in the suburbs have access to on a daily basis. I envision bleachers. I envision a field house with locker rooms and a weight room.
Despite the ongoing hardships endured by the Tigers, they continue to fight every day to build the program of their dreams. After all, that is the Kensington way.
We're building the program, and these kids are building bonds that are carrying over to this morning when we were in here at 6:30 working out. When we're in here at 3 o'clock working out again. These kids are coming out. They want this. We're gonna win. And I'm confident that. And these kids are confident that. But we need more practice. And having the facilities and having the equipment necessary to become a successful program, that's what needs to happen.
Because this was Herb's vision. He wanted this football team, and he told me about it when I got there. Like, he saw it already. He had even, I think, pictures of the helmet drawn and things like that. Like, it was already. He just needed me to, make that happen, and then he would definitely take it from there. And that's so important. because what you have to have that person that's gonna take it.
Growing up in Kensington, you're so resilient, you know, and these guys, it's tough to get these guys down. You know, you're constantly battling back. So every week we came back and we battled back. And we may have lost each game, but for the younger guys, losing is a lesson that you need to have in life. You know, losing's a part of life. And knowing how to deal with defeat. And knowing that when you do get defeated, you have to get back up. And how much time you spend on the ground determines so much. So I teach these kids, when you get down, you get right back up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear excuses. Get up. Do it.
Guys, there's a lot of good positives today. A lot of positives. Okay. Orlando had a meanest hit of the season. Let's clap that up. We're talking about my man Lou over here saving us twice in the puck game. Okay? We got Randy with an interception and Chris with an interception. All right. And we got Jolie coming in here just tearing stuff up. Okay? But here's the deal. We got to be out there tomorrow. Okay? After school, we're on the field by 3:30. Okay? We got to start putting more work in up there, fellas. Everyone get out. Tomorrow we're having a spaghetti dinner at practice. As a team. Yeah. Okay, as a team. All right, so, guys, I don't want to see no one's head down tomorrow or tonight. We lost. Okay? We lost. Okay, but you know what it is? You know what it is? We're going to pull together. We're going to practice. We're going to come out next week. My leaders are going to step up, and we're going to lead, and we're going to win, and we're going to fight. Because we're from Kensington, and we don't give up ever. And I'm proud of you guys today for not giving up. Clap that up. Yeah. Clap that up. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Exactly. We're going to get better.
Tomorrow we got practice, baby. We got practice.
Coach V need to shape up.
Tigers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tigers!
Look out. Kensington's coming. You know, Kensington's coming.
After the Tigers' 2012 season concluded, Herb and a few of his players went to Washington, D.C. to speak with Representative Robert Brady to raise awareness about the hardships their team faces in Kensington. When Brady said he would reach out to his well-connected friends and help in any way he could, Herb was more than excited. At the time of this film's completion, the Tigers still play on rocky turf and glass-laden ground at the junior varsity level. Through a nonprofit that Herb has formed, he continues to raise money and support through the community. Representative Brady maintains contact with Herb, who is still trying to make Friday Night Lights Under the L a reality.
All my life I was told I couldn't do it, was told that I was stupid, was told that I was foolish, dreams is something I'm pursuing. Yeah, I'm back now, monster mode attack now, bipping up the front, I bet you they gon' wanna chat now. Only thing that's relevant is how my cheddar spin illuminate the minds of the young Con Edison. Just a young visionary trying to hold his own, life flipping up in birds while I throw some stone. Life a daily struggle built it from a broken home, wisdom plus ambition build a golden dome. Disregard females and acquire plenty currency. Hip-hop is dead and we bringing the golden era. No offense to Big L, but I'm a more than better. Arrogant taking the game like storm, like Florida's weather. When you make it way and back, you just ball the better. Was in the rain that poured and we was all together.
Damn right, pouring, feeling like it was storming. Cold nights, long days, none of these hoes was calling. Got a little bit of buzz and we're no longer foreign. If you hate to you like James, I'm still scoring. Now they hit me up, oh yeah, you rapping now. But here's some beats from my SoundCloud. But me, I'm just adding to my craft, trying to give advice like crack.